Hi everyone. So let's learn how to create these type of trendy reel animations in After Effects. Today I'll be covering the first three parts of this animation and the last three parts will continue in the next video. So at the start you can see over here this is the scene. First we have to create the scene. So as you can see my composition settings, it is a social media portrait HD. 30 fps is the frame rate and duration is 18 seconds. Right click new and then hit solid. Make sure it's off white. Hit OK. I'll bring in my shadow on top. Then you can see this. We have to create this. So I'll select the ellipse tool. While holding down shift, I will drag with my left mouse button like this. Enable the stroke to make it black and reduce it. Rename this to circle dot. Open this. Under ellipse, open the stroke and let's click the plus sign on the dashes and increase them. Now we'll add the image inside. Hit S, make them smaller like this. Click on the tint in effects and presets and bring this on this image. Let's make this off black. And then we have to do the number counting animation till 300. Let's do it around 300. So for that, right click new text, write 300 over here. Control Alt Home to bring anchor point at the center. Change the fill to off black. Search for slider control. Put it on this. Connect the source text to the slider. Now, if you move this, the numbers will also move. But when you do keyframe animation, it will also show the decimal points which we don't want. So first what we need to do is do the animation. I'll just click on the slider, hit U, go ahead, change this to 300. At the start, let's make this 0. As you can see, decimals are there. Select this F9. Let's animate this now and then we'll remove the decimals. Simply open this expression source text. Inside this, add the effect math dot round and add one open bracket over here and another closing bracket over here. Now you can see the numbers are not having decimals in them. Make the text smaller. As you can see, there are these, star shaped objects too. So let's make them. I'll bring this second shape. Hit S, make it smaller. And first I'll search for tint. Put it on this. Search for curves. And again put it on this. And bring this down a bit to make this, give it a bit of contrast. Then I will search for Shadow Studio. Shadow Studio will not be present with you. Instead, you can use Drop Shadow. Hit Ctrl D to copy this shape and put another one over here. And I'll just simply rotate my shadow towards this side. The first scene is ready. Now we need to animate this. So the first animation, it will fade in and come in the center. Let's head on to new camera. Okay. Then new null object. And let's make everything 3D except the background. Select this. Hit P for position. Go ahead. Again, position keyframe. At the first keyframe, we want this over here. Select this F9. Hit Shift T to open opacity keyframe and add opacity keyframes, and at the start make this 0. Then you can see this. So add trim paths, open this up, make this 0, click on the end keyframe, move this a bit ahead, go here and make this 100. Select this F9, drag it towards the left. We don't want this circle animation to overlap, so we'll start it from here. To do that, simply, increase the offset. For the number animation, I'll bring it a bit forward like this. And as you can see, these will come in and start rotating. Select these two. Hit P for position. Go ahead, click on the position keyframe at the start. Let's bring them out. Select them, F9, F9, and then do the same curve, which is a peak towards the left. We also need to do the rotation, so select them both. Shift R for rotation, click on the Z. Go ahead, rotate them individually. So this one, rotate it clockwise, this one anti-clockwise, something like this. Now on the next scene, you can see suddenly the scene changes. So what we need to do is basically cut everything after this scene somewhere around here. Select all of them except the background. Hit Alt and right bracket to cut them like this. And from here, Control Shift D to make a BG2, and simply just head on to layers, white solid settings, and then change this to off black. Hit OK to get this new background. And now we need to design this. So what I'm going to do to make the proper shape, head on to Google and search for eye animation. And as you can see, this is the shape we are looking for. Save this image and then let's try to copy this. Select the pen tool and trace this. Now let's delete this. Now we need to design this eye. So fill, make it white. Right click, layer styles and inner glow. Change this inner glow color to black. Increase the size. Change. Let's make this to normal. Hit Alt and cut this from here. Then select the ellipse tool. Make a circle. Control Alt Home to bring anchor point in the center. Now we need to design this. So delete the stroke. Select linear gradient and here change this to of black. Drag this midpoint like this. Make this dark black. Click here to add another point and add grayish black over here. Adjust the midpoint like this. Now we need to add this. First, let's hit S to make this a bit bigger. Rename this to outer circle I. Then let's create another circle, but this time make it pure black like this. Hit S and make this a bit bigger. And now we need to add a reflection over here. So first let's rename this to inner eye circle. Hit Ctrl D to copy this. Make it small. Put this over here. Change the color to white. Rename this to eye deflection. Search for the effect Gaussian blur and put it on this and increase this. Our eye is complete. Now we need to write this text. You are building perception. Right click new text. Now to curve them, first I need to select them and hit Alt and left bracket. So this marks the new scene. Simply bring the BG2 over here. And now let's curve. So to curve, simply select the text. Okay. And we want to curve it like this. So select the pen tool and make a shape like this. Open this text, path options and select mask 1. Bring this down over here. And bring this here. Same with this. You can change the text. Okay, I'm just using this for the point of demonstration. And for the animation, you can see first the eye opens, then this blinks or scales. Select this eye outer line, open the path, click the path keyframes, select this point and bring it over here. Select all of this and drag mat to the eye outer line and then open this enable this eye icon. So this hide behind this layer. And now open the path, go ahead and we simply have to select the path again and open this back. Select this F9 and do the same animation. And now we need to do this. So First, select this inner eye and eye reflection and basically parent link with the outer eye. Select this outer eye, hit S, scale, go ahead, and again click scale animation. Then go ahead a bit and again click scale animation. At the start, we want to shrink this down and it will grow up like this. Overshoot this a bit and then come back to original position. Select this F9. Let's make this bounce animation. Let's increase the size at the start a bit more. And we need to do this animation. So select this text, animate, opacity, make this 0. Click on the offset. Go ahead. Again, click on the offset and make this 100. Select this F9 and do this same animation. Add property, position, and increase this up. And similarly, just copy this animator 1 and paste it over here. And we need to bring this scene back. So simply bring these two on top. Hit P for position. Go ahead. Connect this to null and bring this back like this. And from here, we need to move on to our scene 3, which is this. Expand this a bit more further. And from here, at the midway, hit Ctrl D to copy this background and bring this on top now. Layer, settings, and go back to our off-white and Ctrl D to copy our shadow and bring the shadow back in. Deselect the 3D on this too. Now for this animation, first you need to simply design this scene. So select a rounded rectangle tool, make a shape like this, the radial gradient, and something like this, alt and left bracket. Now simply select these three, Ctrl Shift C, and write Brain Annie, and then open this up and we'll do the animation over here. Next we need to bring the brain, make sure this is advanced, hit S, make it smaller. We need to make another small shape, something like this. Make sure it is a solid fill and off black. Search for Shadow Studio 2 and put it on this. Bring the brain on top, hit S, make it smaller. Now to make these circles, ellipse tool of black stroke, delete the fill and make a circle like this. Hit Ctrl D, hit S and make a bigger circle. So we have got two circles. Now make another circle, but this time enable the fill and delete the stroke. Put one over here. Now you can add these two. I'll simply bring this in the scene, select linear color key, put this over here, select the white area, hit S, make this smaller, then bring it over here, and you can write your profile also. You can make your profile. Okay, this profile is of the original creator over here. You can make this profile of your own. Images have already been given, and for this circle just basically hit Ctrl D on these circles and bring them out. For this animation we need to rotate these circles. We need to first parent link these outer circles to the outer line and the inner circles to the inner line. So shape layer 6 and 5 will be linked to shape layer 4. Like this, and shape layer 7 and 8 will be linked to shape layer 3. Select this, hit R for rotation, go ahead. So we will rotate this, select this F9, make a simple mountain curve. Okay, and then we need to rotate this too. Select this plane PNG, hit R for rotation, go ahead and rotate this. Select this F9 and do the same mountain. Then this text animation, select the pen tool, delete the fill, make a stroke and increase this width. Right click new text, select white, hit S, make this shape a bit darker. Now simply track matte, enable the shape, hit add trim paths and keyframe, go ahead again and keyframe, go to the start, make the 0, select this F9, make the left peak curve. So our first 3 animations will look something like this. Simply need to select this,